Alrighty, hello, welcome back. So, back with another live stream. I'm just gonna get this little camera working. Oh, so I figured out how to connect about a million cameras, but so I'm kind of having fun with that. Let's get back to business. The technology side of things is pretty exciting. So actually, sorry, I'll go back to the phone camera. I have this little device. I actually got this. So I got this to film Instagram ads with. It's called a Pocket 3, Osmo Pocket 3. Does like 4K recording, just high quality stuff. And I did a course to learn how to so that's right now is the pocket cam, so it should look a lot more clear, I'm pretty sure, compared to like my FaceTime camera that's on the actual laptop. So anyway, this course for Meta ads and Google ads that I did suggested these cameras, and also they've just got a lot of good reviews. I think a lot of people use them. And the idea is to film Instagram ads with it. So that will be interesting to see what comes of that. There is like advice to post a lot and see what content gets the biggest, like the most amount of views. And it seems to be the valve changeovers and some voiceover stuff with like changing over parts on the water heaters, and turn that into ads. Also, the course that I did for Google and Meta ads does have a whole lot of other techniques and recommendations, but I did the Google ads side of things and had a couple of Google ads running. I've already gone over this before, but the hot water search terms are really expensive. So to do that, you have to have a really sharp order of events after the Google ad. So the wording in the ad has to be primo. Basically, the more expensive the search term, the better everything else has to be, because you're competing on such a high level with everything else. And that's why the ad word is so expensive. So the wording has to be great. Your website landing page has to be great. I think that's it. But Meta ads is probably going to be a better cost to lead ratio. Lot more to learn in that space for sure. What I was going to go talk about today was this new camera angle sort of thrown me a little bit. What I was going to talk about today was kind of I was sort of reflecting on where I'd started to where I am now. And it's been a pretty slow process. It started it was late 2023, and I could sort of see where the writing on the wall with my job, in terms of where my life expenses were going to go. So I'd recently moved to Sydney, and rent was crazy. My youngest daughter, who just went to school first day today, was going to go to school. I just saw a whole lot of life expenses on the horizon going up, and leading up to a couple of years before that, I'd kind of managed to get a raise from my boss. And I'd sort of basically maxed out my pay at work, and my expenses. I could just see my expenses going up, and I was like, I got to do something. And I actually, I kind of originally wanted to get into a company where I could eventually manage like a team, and I sort of came up with a bit of an idea and pitched it to a hot water company, Atomic Hot Water, Terry at Atomic Hot Water, who was very open to the idea and super helpful with the whole process. But it didn't sort of work out. I think we just didn't know each other well enough, and there was a bit of I would say maybe he didn't know where I was coming from, and I wasn't sure if what I was trying to pitch to him could work. And like, I basically was going to originally take a pay cut in the faith that the job that I'd sort of laid out for him, or like the job that the goal that I sort of had laid out, I'd had to sort of have faith that would play out. And I was like, oh, well, if I'm going to go to all this effort and dedication, I might as well just start my own thing. So this is late 2023, and I last minute actually declined the job offer that Terry gave to me, which he was on board, and he was sort of taking a risk there to employ me. But obviously had like a decent idea that I'd pitched to him, and so declined that. I was like, all right, I just gotta do it myself. And the start of it was just supplementary money and jobs that I wanted to make more money on top of my work, like full-time work. And it's just slowly progressed into, okay, I have much bigger goals with this. Like, I don't really want to lay out like how I want the business and the goals to play out, because I think saying what you want to do makes you feel like you've achieved it without actually achieving it. So I'm just going to like hold off on exactly saying where I want my business to go. But basically, I kind of, the more and more I did it, the more I wanted to kind of make it bigger and better, instead of just having it as a side thing to top up my income. And it's sort of taken, I have never taken it more seriously than I have now, because I'm really starting to see that I will be going 100% solo as soon as I can. So that's why I'm like slamming the content, doing like these live streams and learning about how to advertise a business. And it also sort of coincided with like some life improvements too. I was in the gym for a bit, but then I switched gyms to a bit more like class, sort of keep me accountable by being in in a social situation. So, being at doing like gym classes with people sort of forces me to work harder, and the like few better health choices. So I quit vaping, and the money I saved quitting vaping paid for the gym, little things like that. I don't really drink as much as I used to, barely at all really, just like special occasions. And yeah, so like the progress from starting a little side thing to make some extra cash and then turning it into ideally a full blown business. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, and got obviously a long way to go, but there's definitely been it's nothing like right now. It's nothing like what it was when I first kicked it off. The design was totally different too. Just lots of little things like that, and I think like collecting a lot of information and just little tweaks over these whole couple years has got me a lot further than I realize. So it's a cool little reflection, I guess. But I'm just getting started. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. Now, I think that's enough waffling about that for now. Excuse me. My YouTube channel has now got 65 videos. And I got another subscriber, which is delightful. Let's go to the stats, eh? Today was actually super slow at the job I work for. Affordable Hot Water is the company I work for. And I did go out to, I'm not going to call it a job because I didn't really do anything, but I went out to a possible, it seemed like a, this camera is pretty rough, hey? Gotcha. Not much better. Went to what I thought it's still yet to be determined, but I'm pretty sure it's the controlled load feed on a new smart meter. And if you had seen any stories today, I want to try and connect with someone that has smart meter knowledge, because they're pretty new, and I'm yet to figure out how to diagnose an issue in a smart meter, and I'm not sure that we can even work on them. But the old off-peak relays, they're faulty when you can test things on it, basically. But there's nothing you can really access on a smart meter. So it'd be great to connect with anyone that has smart meter smarts. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm not calling that a repair. I basically just inspected this job and handed it over to a Sparky to do some more deeper electrical diagnosing, investigating. So probably hear back from that. He's going to check it out tomorrow, Arvo, so I'll probably hear about that Wednesday. I think I listed a few personal jobs that I've been getting. I'm doing a stainless 315 for a friend, and that did come through. I'd known him already, but I think the reminder that I do hot water because of all the hot water content, like clicked his memory to call me up and use me for a job. So that is fantastic. That will pretty much be it for today. If you do have any questions, I'm always trying to get stickers on people's water heaters. So do please reach out. I'll send you them. Give me your address, DM me, message me, call me, whatever. And as always, plumbers, general public, send through questions, give me advice, business, hot water, whatever. I'm all ears, here to learn. Do a little flick through of these cameras. Oh, so crispy. Technology's crazy now. There's the camera. Alright, guys. Have a good night. If you tuned in, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one.